Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
I didn't even press enter, I pressed escape. Let me see the controls. Enter isn't marked here. What happens if I press the jump button? It just jumps. It's not going to do anything besides walk around. Guess I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to disrespect this game. Maybe I need to? You're not gonna do anything if I don't? I'm gonna try a random button, like F. No, F doesn't do it. R, T, Y, U, I, O, P, L, K, J, H, G, Q, Z, X, C, V, B, N, M. Number buttons. Shift, crouch. Backspace, minus plus. Keypad stuff. If not, enter. Okay, I've pressed all the buttons. I've pressed all the buttons except for E and enter. Well, now I've pressed all the buttons but E and enter. So I don't get why E would do the thing that he wants it, but I guess we have to do that.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I wonder. Oh, we're back here. We're now exiting.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and Puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back, and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay. Looks like I am bigger than this house. I'm just walking backwards. Is there an end to this? Yep. What's in the back of that house? Nothing. Okay then. Oh, but now it's coming to regular size.
Let's talk about video game development for a
Probably
second.
because I was higher up.
Every video game
or
runs
lower
on
up,
what's
I don't
called
know.
an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Okay.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh, I can't go through this door. Too bad. Platforming! I'm gonna fail so hard at this. Wait, can I just fall up? Oh yeah, I forgot. I remember this level. You have to fall off anyways. Because it leads all the way down to the bottom. Here we are. Oh, there's a wall. I go around the stairs. What? Why can't I get to that thing? Why is there just a wall around here? Whatever. What am I on? What, you think I went down that corridor? No, I didn't. Is this a horror game? No thank you. No, I'm trapped. Great. Great, great, great. Guess I'm going into this jail cell. Can I get out, please? No. Okay then. Okay. Apparently trapped in this box. Can't go that way, can't go that way. I have to go up here. And now I'm locked up.
Funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
What? No, I want to stay in here for an hour. What? Did I just break the game? Did I just break the game? Did I just break the game? I think I just broke the game. I just broke the game. Didn't know that was possible. Okay, I guess I'm restarting this level.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Okay.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors. This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that. This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Oh my. What's over here? Under the stairs is nothing. Okay, moving on. I've seen that symbol before in this game.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Okay. Go down here. Hi. You there? Did you come from above?
Using a kind of
what was up there?
System that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Can I just not respond? You there? To come from above, what was up there? World stamp with whiteness. Enormous prison spent hours in. Floating colored blocks. No 2 isn't true because he only spent 1 hour. He would have only spent an hour in the prison. I don't know if the blocks were colored, I don't remember, so I'm just gonna say 1. World above, you've been there. This is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? You could lie. You could prefer not to say. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna withhold, so I'm just gonna say 1. Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. And solve it, someone let me in. Trust me, don't want to go over there. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. What? None of these are true. I'll say 3, I guess? Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Oh no, but I do, we need to get there. Do you understand? It's the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you. I missed that. Okay. I can't get up here. What's that? Books? Okay, moving on. Second room with these guys. Hello, how did you get here? What was the puzzle you had to pass through? Telling the truth. Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, we actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. Okay. Moving on.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Okay. Final descent into where? No. Not that.
It's a lamppost.
No.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
You're a liar.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Okay. Leave notes. All notes are left by other players. Well, that's interesting. I can leave notes? How do I leave notes? Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
How do you beat this game? Question mark, question mark. No point to this. The game just started! Don't be so harsh on yourself. Can't get down there, or at least not yet. Whoa. Holy. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Reasonable.
Look, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Everyone read this. Hey.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
This place makes me feel sad. I want to tell you a secret. Once upon a time, I did find fun. King of the world. Yeah. Why? There's too many messages in this area. We're running out of space. Signal suffocate. Cool cavern, bro. Do not be afraid. Do care. I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it's the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be just majestic as that. I never want to see again if nothing else would be that beautiful again. I'm crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go now to do that. Ooh. That's some heavy stuff. How is there wooden grass and concrete here with what? Oh, I can't drop down there. Okay. What the heck is this cavern? Boring. I can assure you, guaranteed, that there's an acorn somewhere here in this place. The sailors are looking for it. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. I refuse to believe, but I need to go to the frickin' bathroom. Recognize me, please. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. Free t-shirt. Need other side. Door, why you so... Makes games, includes door, cannot open door. Thanks. Door, how open? Open sesame. Someday I'll meet the person who made this. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. New room. You hear the chimes? Keep you going, don't they? I would like very much to be desired. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. It's not very crowded here. Welcome, congratulations. I don't really know where to go with this. I'm going here, I think. Don't bother. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. That's where I get off. Fail to write anything here.